This next assignment asks us to create an array, and we haven't talked about arrays, so here we go. Here is a graphical representation of a variable. The variable is called num, and we stuck the value 5 in it. And an array is very similar to a variable. It's a set of variables. All right? So if we have something that looks like this would be a set of variables called num array, num arg. And I'm going to put different values in here. I'm going to put 23, 47, and then 85, right? Now, if I wanted to print out the 47, how would I do it? Well, I couldn't just go ahead and print num array. And why can't I just print num array? Because that's ambiguous. Num array refers to all of these values, right? But I just want to print out the 47. So luckily, with an array, each element, we call these elements, each element is indexed starting at 0. So the first element is the 0 element, then we have the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4th element. So if I wanted to print out that 47, I just say num array bracket 3 bracket, like so. Now this is a fancy name for that 47, and it's going to print out the 47. Let's go ahead and look at some code and see how this is going to work. The first step we would do to coding this would be to create the array, and you create it by typing in this code, like so. Right. What's happening on the left side of the equal sign, right over here? We're creating a variable. The variable is called num arg, short for num array. Notice there's no space here. Program would break if there's a space in the name of a variable. Also notice that the second word starts with a capital letter, right? We call it camel case. First word lowercase, every additional word uppercase, and we're abbreviated. Right? So name of the variable is num array or num arg. And over here on the left side is the type of data that can be stored in this variable. So what type of data can be stored in this variable is an array of type int. So an array of integers. The right side of the equal sign is us creating an array of size 5. So we're creating an array of size 5 and we're storing it into this variable called num arg. Right? Now I want to take num arg and I want to stick values inside of the array, right? So let's go and put a 5 in the first element or the 0 element, and then I'm going to put a different value into the 1 element, the 2, the 3, and the 4th element. So let's do maybe this, right? All right, and then I'm going to now talk about how arrays and for loops are best friends. Right? So I went ahead and stuck all these values into my array, and now arrays and for loops, they're best friends. Let me show you why they're best friends. I could say I is less than 5, I plus plus, like so, and I could system.out.println num array bracket I. Right? Now if I run this, you can see it prints out all of the elements in the array. Right? And how does it do it? Well, I starts out at 0. So when it executes the body, it's going to print out num array bracket 0. Then I increases to 1. 1's less than 5. It prints out num array bracket 1, bracket 2, bracket 3, bracket 4. Once I increments to 5, this is no longer going to be true. So the for loop's going to stop and the program ends. All right. So this is what we call iterating through the array. Arrays and for loops are best friends.